Hello guys, and welcome to this new lesson of social science. We're going to start Unit 4. So you can follow this lesson with the help of your book. We are on page 56. Okay? This is the Unit 4, Spain in the 20th and 21st centuries. Right? So let's start with the presentation. If you remember from the last unit, the steam engine changed the way people moved and the way we produce objects. So let's watch a video about the steam engine and the changes it produced.
The steam engine. In 1769, James Watt perfected the steam engine,
James Watt.
the machine that changed the world.
He was the inventor.
This machine made it possible to transform thermal energy from steam into the mechanical energy that was used to power machines. By the mid-19th century, the steam engine played a decisive role in the Industrial Revolution. It powered many industries around the world, as well as all the main types of land and sea transport.
Perfect. So, in the first images from the book, we can see three different photos. What do you think the photo A is? So this is a factory from the 20th century where the objects and the goods were produced in mass. There were new forms of goods production. What is letter B? What do you think this is? So this could be the people that are moving from the village to the cities because they want to work in the new factories in the cities. And let us see, this obviously is a steam engine. It's una máquina de vapor, and this is the new way to transport people from one place to another and to move objects. Okay? So if you remember from the last unit, we were studying that the King Alfonso XII, Rey Alfonso XII, and his wife Maria Cristina, they were the kings of Spain in 1874. When Alfonso XII, the king, dies, his son Alfonso XIII is very young. He is a boy. So his wife, María Cristina, has to rule the country for him. Estoy diciendo que Alfonso XII, cuando él muere, en el 1885, su mujer María Cristina tiene que reinar por él, porque su hijo Alfonso XIII es muy pequeño todavía para reinar. Este es su hijo Alfonso XIII, ¿vale? So, when he turns 16 years old, he is named the King of Spain in 1902. He tried to modernize the country, but he had many conflicts. So this is the timeline we were studying in the last unit. Remember, Alfonso XII, he restores absolute monarchy, but we lose many colonies, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Philippines, and in 1902, Alfonso XIII turns into the King of Spain. But which were the many conflicts that he had in Spain? Let's study them. The first of all, what do you think this is? This is a strike. A strike is una huelga. Okay, a strike organized by labor unions. Labor unions were groups of workers that demanded better work conditions. Esto es una huelga organizada por los sindicatos. Los sindicatos quieren mejores condiciones de trabajo para sus trabajadores. Also, there was a war in Morocco. Spain had territories in Morocco, but the people from Morocco want to get independent. So there are wars. Hay guerras en Marruecos porque España tiene territorios en Marruecos y los marroquíes se quieren independizar. Y esto genera guerras. And there is it also starts the nationalism in Catalonia and the Basque country. They want to be more independent. También empieza a haber nacionalismo en Cataluña y en el País Vasco, no se sienten tan parte del país y quieren más independencia, ¿vale? Entonces todo esto genera muchos conflictos, lo que genera un desastre nacional. This is a national disaster. And Alfonso XIII doesn't know what to do. So, some members of the armed force believed that politicians were destroying the country. Así que algunos miembros de las Fuerzas Armadas, algunos militares, creen que los políticos están destruyendo el país. Así que, ¿qué hacen? In 1923, General Miguel Primo de Rivera organized a coup. What do you think? What do you know about a coup? Do you know what a coup is? So, in a coup, a person invades the government using military force. A coup es a golpe de Estado. Un golpe de Estado es cuando una persona invade el país, el gobierno, y quiere gobernar pero de forma violenta, ¿vale? Toma el mando del gobierno pero de forma violenta, usando la fuerza militar, usando los militares, etc. Entonces no es una forma correcta de entrar a gobernar un país. So let's watch a video about this coup of Miguel Primo de Rivera.
El 13 de septiembre de 1923, el capitán general de Cataluña, Miguel Primo de Rivera, da un golpe de Estado que triunfa sin apenas oposición ante la indiferencia de la mayoría de los españoles. Solo una parte de la burguesía, especialmente la catalana azotada por la violencia sindical y el pistolerismo, aplaude el golpe. Por lo que se refiere al rey, Alfonso XIII acepta inmediatamente las consecuencias del golpe y, haciendo caso omiso de la Constitución, apoya la formación de un gobierno de militares presidido por Primo de Rivera.
Alfonso XIII acepta el golpe de Estado.
España deja así de ser una monarquía constitucional para convertirse en una dictadura. Alfonso XIII emprende a partir de ese momento un camino político sin retorno.
Vamos a ver qué hace en su dictadura, qué características tiene, ¿vale? Vamos a ver.
El nuevo régimen suspende las garantías constitucionales, disuelve las Cortes, expulsa a los partidos políticos fuera de la vida pública, establece la censura de prensa, pone en manos de los militares el gobierno de las provincias y extiende a toda España los somatenes, la milicia armada de voluntarios de origen catalán con la misión de velar por la ley y el orden. El 13
So, in 1923, General Miguel Primo de Rivera organized a coup and he became a dictator. A dictator, do you remember what a dictator is? Un dictador. In a dictatorship, the dictator controls the country. He has full power, and people have to obey him. Okay, so he abolished the constitution, not the constitution of that was in 1812, because there were many other constitutions. This was from the 1876. The new constitution is abolished. He banned political parties and labor unions. Prohíbe los partidos políticos y los sindicatos. Están prohibidos. Ya no puede haber. And he limited freedom for citizens. Limita la libertad de los ciudadanos. No hay libertad de prensa. Ya no se puede publicar lo que uno quiere. Ya no se puede opinar lo que uno quiere, sino lo que el dictador pues piense. Eso es lo correcto y lo demás no. But many roads, railways and other public works were built. And Spain won the war against Morocco. Dice que muchas carreteras fueron construidas y que ganamos la guerra contra Marruecos. But do you think the people were happy with this situation? I don't think so. They demanded more freedom. They querían más libertad. So in 1930, Primo de Rivera lost support and resigned. En 1930, Miguel Primo de Rivera pierde el apoyo de la gente y dimite. So, general elections were held in 1931. There are general elections where people have to vote for a new way of government, a new form of government. And the political parties that supported the republic won. Do you remember that in the last unit we were studying that the republic is a way of government with no king? There is a president and the people have more freedom. And now, let's watch a summary about all this lesson. Vamos a ver un resumen de toda esta lección. ¿vale? Con este vídeo muy chulo.
(1902) Alfonso XIII, the son of Alfonso XII, is gonna be proclaimed king. During his reign, social and political conflicts in Spain are gonna happen. Strikes organized by labor unions, denationalism in Catalonia and País Vasco, where they are going to demand autonomies, and the war in Morocco, where many Spanish soldiers are gonna die and Spain is gonna lose territories in North Africa. Taking advantage of the social and political conflict, the General Primo de Rivera is gonna lead a coup in 1923. In a coup, a person or a group takes the control of a government by the force. Primo de Rivera established a military dictatorship. He abolished the constitution. He banned all the political parties. He also banned all the labor unions, limited the freedom for citizens. He assumed all the powers of the state. Alfonso XIII will support Primo de Rivera, as you can see in this picture. Primo de Rivera will win the war with Morocco, and many roads, railways, and other public works were built under his rule. But the population opposed his dictatorship and demanded more freedom. In 1930, Primo de Rivera has lost the support of the king. Also, some matters of corruption, so he had to resign. The general elections were held in 1931. The political parties that supported a republic won, and Alfonso XIII went to France into exile.
So guys, this is the end of lesson number 1. Now you have to do a test to check your comprehension. You can watch the video many times because you can only do the test once, okay? So come on, watch the video again if you need it and do the test. Thank you and see you tomorrow.